So now all that's left to talk about is what have I learned from the last year. So apart from having a managed day and actually having to work 9 till 5, I've really improved on my core competencies. So teamwork, communications, organisation, initiative. I guess these are all things that are inherent to you and how you react with different people, but you pick up a lot in work and you only really see them at use when you're in work. So on the teamwork front, it's how to get the best out of people, how to manage people, I guess, how to manage expectations, how to best build up a camaraderie so that if you have to go back to someone and say, look, I'm sorry, I can't meet your deadline, they're not going to bite your head off about it. With regard to communications, it's along similar lines. So it's, especially when I was working in the commercial secretary's office, there are lots of tight deadlines and you know that people have lots of other workloads, so you have to tailor your message so that you make it apparent that you really need this, it's an important document, but you have to accept, you've got other things that are more of your priorities. And it's a negotiation, and you need to, it's a big learning experience, it's a big learning curve on the negotiation and comms front, which I found really useful and will help me a lot in the future. Organisation-wise, I guess I didn't realise the sheer volume of emails that you get in the workplace. So that takes a lot of organisation, and the sheer volume of paper. You really need to learn to organise your time well, which I've normally thought myself pretty good at, but since coming here I've realised that that was not the case. Thankfully it is now. And then taking the initiative. Putting yourself out there, putting yourself forward for work is really important. I have felt like at the start people will let you sit on your laurels and they'll let you not do much if you feel like it. You need to really put yourself out there and make sure and go for everything and strive to work as hard as you can. And that's the way you get noticed and how you get new jobs. And how, like with me, with FE, I then ended up helping on an employee ownership review and then on to Royal Mail. All of these things were extras. I was only supposed to be working on the further education team. So it's putting yourself out there, working hard to get noticed. It's probably the main thing I've learned. And because of that, the main thing that I would change in my approach if I were to take this year again would be to come forward right from the start and I guess to throw myself in at the deep end a bit more. It was summer, so it was a naturally quite quiet time. But I did feel that I just eased myself in maybe a bit too much with just a few long-term projects which I was working on, which I could have jumped in a bit more. So to conclude, I've really enjoyed my time here at the Treasury. I've got a lot out of it. Hopefully they've got quite a lot out of having me here as well. I feel like I've contributed to major fiscal events, to major policy outcomes, and I feel like this has really helped prepare me for the future world of work.